Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me at Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions regarding this watch. And what we have today is the second generation Hublot Big Bang Ferrari. So this is a Big Bang Ferrari Generation 2. The first generation was launched in 2012 when the partnership between the brands was announced. And this is the 2016 update. 1,000 pieces made in titanium. You're looking at a more organic, nuanced, and sophisticated form with some mechanical upgrades on the inside as well. The watch is big, primarily in titanium, but also with some resin inserts and sapphire. 45 millimeters in diameter, 16.8 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 57.1 millimeters. It has a strap made of Alcantara, an exotic synthetic suede that's actually more expensive than real leather, often used on the seats, shift knobs, steering wheels, the contact points of high-performance cars. Also a very expensive optional headliner on a lot of luxury cars. The watch fits nicely on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. But make no mistake, it fits in the sense that it sits securely, but I do think you need a bigger wrist than mine to really wear this proportionally. Taking a look, yeah, I could wear this. It would sit, it would stay. You can see the angled edges of the case mitigate some of the fit issues here, but the sheer size of it means that there might be a little bit of awkwardness if your wrist is my size. I would go 17 centimeters circumference and up. It will be difficult for anything but the loosest of jacket cuffs to fit over the edge of that case. And here's your over-the-top shot where the lugs are self-evidently beyond the edge of my wrist. The strap is a wonderful piece. Hublot, from the beginning, when it put a rubber strap on a gold watch, in 1980, the product was the Hublot. The company was MDM Genève back then, but gold with a rubber strap was a bit subversive. That idea of fusion of materials continues today. Sapphire, grade 5 titanium, resin inserts, we have rubber, we have Alcantara, and then we have a little push button, quick release, for the strap that works like a car seatbelt buckle. Hublot has a universe of straps available. You can go upscale, you can actually dress it down a little bit with pure rubber, but you're going to have many choices. And it's super easy to use. Taking a look at the case, you can see the contours have changed quite a bit. We have these grill-like strakes on the side. We have this sort of organic curvature. It's not quite as severe as the previous version of the watch. Note how all of this tapers like the rear end of a Ferrari over an exhaust duct. And then we've got this crown that's actually a fun piece because it has these little red stripes on it, and you use those to set up the 1/4 turn lock. So it only takes 1/4 turn to lock this crown. That's a unique feature of the Big Bang Ferraris. And you know it's locked. You start with the red marks sort of perpendicular to the red resin insert on the side, and then you turn. You press down, you turn. There you go, just like that. 100 meters water resistant. We got a flyback chronograph, so reset and restart without first stopping. Useful if you're timing events that occur in rapid succession. Notice too that this movement features a 60-minute chronograph register rather than the more common 30-minute. And then within that, you can see that there's a little yellow backing panel that allows the skeletonized date to stand out in relief. So we also have a date window there. It's designed to look like some of the instruments you might find on a Ferrari road car, and that's the aesthetic here. We also have a big difference from the first generation Big Bang Ferrari because the numerals are now radially arrayed rather than standing vertical. There are also some changes to the hands, the indices, the dial layout. We now have a running seconds designed to look like an air extractor that's over at 9 o'clock. And you can see the Unico, always a fascinating movement because it's designed upside down with the lateral clutch and the column wheel on the dial side. You can see the column wheel beneath the cavallino, rampante, and the lateral clutch just like that. So the fun parts of the chronograph are, in fact, on the dial side. You can also see the date stepping mechanism and the motion works for the hands. Now, a couple of different things to note here. First of all, there is a hacking seconds function that allows you to stop the watch and now set it to the second against a reference time. But there's also a quick set, which allows you to rapidly cycle the date should you wish to do so. Because the watch has a column wheel, the action is crisp. And because it's a flyback, again, you can reset and restart without stopping. Taking a look at the bezel, you can see how things have changed a little bit. First of all, you can see the bolts now. They're black, they're conical in profile rather than cylindrical, and they rise somewhat above the well of the bezel in which they're set. You can also see that the seats for each of the screws, they've been evacuated to the exterior of the bezel, so now open from every side. You can also see how the resin insert now features sort of a crackle pattern, but it also matches the contour of the bezel above it. We have a combination here of brushed finish, polished finish, and media blast, which is, like I said at the very beginning of this review, indicative of a greater level of nuance and attention to detail in Hublot Big Bang Ferrari watchmaking. Then you can see the Ferrari red on the opposite side. It's part of the resin insert, but also lines up with the properly locked crown. And we have vertical satination across the bezel. So good looking in every regard. Now the watch is also equipped with the caliber 1243, which is an upgrade of the original Unico. Still a 72-hour power reserve. This one features a rotor designed to look like the spoked wheel of a Ferrari automobile. Sunburst bearing center. The bearings do use ceramic bearings. 4 Hertz beat rate, full adjusted, which I take to mean 5 positions, which is a high horology and chronometer standard. 38 joules. You can see it has a combination of Edicron for fine timing and beat error correction, and then a very small rack and pinion micrometric adjustment mechanism. The escapement is full silicone and non-lubricated, so reduces the oscillating mass, reduces the need for lubricant to about 0, I believe, and also provides a little bit of anti-magnetism. Most anti-magnetic treatments are on a hairspring. You get a little bit if you have a silicone escapement, but the main benefits there: reduced friction, reduced need for lubricants, and reduced oscillating mass. So a column wheel lateral clutch chrono. All the fun is on the dial side. You can see it's all nickel anthracite coated with satination on the wheels themselves. It is a good looking watch in every regard, and it does feel up to the occasion of a Ferrari co-branded watch. You can see the depth of the dial all the way around. Really a lot of different elements, from the cantilevered indices to the secondary sapphire that sits above the dial base, to the different textures, tones, colors, and materials of the movement that's visible. And of course, we'll do a luminescent shot so you can see the watch in the dark, including the minute register, though not the minute registered scale. It's simply a very lovable watch on every level. It does not take itself too seriously. Hublot doesn't anyway. Ferrari takes itself very, very seriously. The watch is also pre-owned. If you want something you can feel comfortable wearing, there is some gouging on the bezel, though it's subtle and difficult to see at arm's length. Of course, that bezel can be replaced if you really wish, or refinished when it goes back for service. So it's not something that cannot be remedied. It just means you'll be more comfortable wearing it up front. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.